Warning, warning, Wii U. If you're a big fan of RWBY and don't want to listen to people being rude about the show, you probably won't enjoy this podcast. Please don't make yourself suffer. You've been warned.
Hope has no place here.
Cold open, this is Cube. Hey guys, cold open, this is Cube. Phoenix.
Hi.
Phoenix is back this time. I'm so excited. We gotta talk about RWBY. I'm so excited to talk about RWBY. I love it. It's I missed it so much. I hate this fucking show. It's so fucking stupid. I can't wait to talk about it. Hello. I love the show. I hate the show.
You're so excited to talk about the stupid show.
It's so bad. I hate it. I love it.
So let's get this out of the way. What did you think of this new episode? Episode 8.
I think it's fucking stupid.
We might have to fight because I thought this episode wasn't bad.
This is top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But I don't know. Like, it had dumb shit in it, but like, once the Hound turns up, it was like, I was kind of digging it. I don't know.
I'm glad that they stopped before this episode because I think that they did quite a few good things visually. I feel like the animators hopefully, had some more time to make the Hound's animation and stuff work much better than maybe they were going to otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely a sense of they were running out of time at the end of the last season.
Oh yeah, because one thing we got to talk about is how before this season restarted, there was a special preview that they did in conjunction with Wonder Woman 1984 or whatever. And so they knew that they had to have a clip to show to get everyone really hype about the new RWBY season, and it's just a clip of them talking in the bedroom, and that's the entire thing. And then Barbara has to come back in and be like, wow, that was amazing stuff. I'm blown away by that action-packed sequence. And it was so fucking awesome.
There's no way she knew what it was going to be. Like, it would have been recorded ahead of time. So, yeah, I feel bad for her.
Yeah, and it's like, that they assumed that it was going to be an action thing, but that was probably just like the one scene they had done because it was like one of the easier scenes to execute. And so they're like, I'm sorry, try to make this exciting.
There wasn't even anything interesting revealed in that bit either. Like, it was just...
Hey, Willow came up and she revealed that it did not die off screen. So it was very exciting stuff.
Okay, should we get into it?
Let's fucking get into this shit.
Should we talk about the very start and the very end at the same time?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's technically one scene.
Okay, so...
Because this is dumb.
Boom, 2D boom effects. And normally I like the 2D effects. These ones were really, really 2D of like the explosion.
The frame rate was too low. It was weird. It just, it stood out that it was a 2D effect.
Yeah, much more so than usual.
Hang on. Okay, context. We start in the prison where Jacques and Crow and Watts and Robin are hanging out. And they can hear the battle going outside. Crow is woken up by an explosion and everyone else is looking nervous, including Jacques with his very bad shoulders.
Yeah, as soon as it came on, I was like, oh, here's this dumb shit. Oh, there's Robin being a dumb, sassy I hate her. Oh, look at Jacques with his stupid shoulders. I'm so excited to be back.
And then they hear something coming. An explosion happens and Crow says, get down after the explosion. Which is kind of funny.
You know what explosions do?
Well, yeah, this is the odd thing. There's an explosion.
Yeah?
And all of a sudden, there's a crow there, just going, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly thought, hang on, is Raven here? Why wouldn't she just teleport? Oh no, that's Crow.
If this was an actual thing his character did, where every time he gets startled, he turns into a crow and it's just like, that would have been excellent. As is, it's like, what the fuck?
Why this moment? Why this moment to Crow? What was the benefit?
It's so good. It's excellent. He finally remembered he can become bored.
If the turning into a crow was involuntary, then I could have actually bought it as a curse.
What if they start trying to make that the case? No, it was always that. It just never came up before.
But anyway, ignoring that for a moment, that's where it cuts off. But at the end of the episode, we find out what was happening.
No, wait. We have to talk about because Robin, the rocks fall on her. And this is my prediction. There's going to be a scene where he sees her trapped under the rubble and he's like, no, this is just like that time that Clover also died, also because of my bad luck semblance and not anything else. Oh, my curse. But then she's going to be okay and he's going to be so relieved and they're going to do a kiss.
Man, if they do it that quick. Oh, man.
It would be awesome. In the sense of I want to die.
We'll save the talk of this to the end of the episode, but I watched the OP as a gift to Cube. And I did notice, the crow sitting down and then Robin extends her hand and she pulls him up. I'm like,
Yeah, see, now you understand why I was like, blah, 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 blah.
Anyway, At the end of the episode, we find out what this was. What it was Cinder busting into the prison to break Watts out.
Duh.
So she busts him out. She just like fireman carries him out.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was funny. And then like 3 Atlas dudes rock up and go, oh, it's her. And one of them fires an RPG at her indoors.
He just had those. This prison guard. And where are Robin and Crow and Jocks during that scene? Doesn't fucking matter. Nobody cares, apparently.
Nah, they're under rocks. Rocks fell. Everyone died.
Well, it's fine because you have a lot of rock resistance when you're a crow.
Yeah, bird bones. Notoriously durable.
Yeah.
Anyway, she flies off. That's the end of that.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
She gone. Yeah.
So the rest of this episode happens in the mansion.
Yeah. Now, the basis of it is that they figure out a plan of action and then the Hound turns up and kind of messes with things. The first chunk of it before the Hound turns up is not great, but I don't know, man. Once the Hound turned up, there was a lot of like juggling several things happening at once that was pretty good. Action wasn't bad. I don't know. I was digging it. As like a contained vignette, I actually thought this was one of the better executed ones I've seen in RWBY for a long time.
Yeah, we talked about this a bit before recording, and I feel like this is for you what the Penny, and these are both written by Miles, but the one where Penny gets hacked, I feel like that for me was that, like the emotionality of it just kind of worked for me.
Yeah.
Even though I knew like a lot of the stuff around it was stupid. And for me, it's the opposite here.
In that episode, I found the dumb shit that was happening overwhelmed any possible emotional connection I could have made. Whereas in this one, I don't know. The dumb shit was there, but I don't know.
All right, we'll see which parts you think are good, and then I'll tell you that they're bad, and then you'll learn. All right, so yeah, Nora wakes up, and I guess she's still ambiguously dying or whatever, and she's like, Klein, and then Klein says things, and I zone out, and I try to pretend I am elsewhere. And the girls bring, or Weiss, RWBY, and Whitley bring Penny's body in because she's, passed out again. And they set her down, and they're all covered in her green goop now. And Whitley's like, ew, I'm still a grumpy boy.
It was funny that, like, Klein scans her, and it's like, I mean, I don't even know what the fuck she is, but, like, she looks like a human, so I can probably patch up the leak.
He says her basic anatomy seems similar enough to a human, so I can at least stitch up that wound. What the fuck?
Why couldn't they have just said, I'm okay with cars, so I can patch up a leak?
Yeah, it's like, I do have surgical glue or something.
Yeah, like, fucking... Why did it have to be her anatomy is close to a human's? It's not. She's a fucking robot.
Super not. Remember that time she got cut into many pieces and that didn't kill her?
Yeah, and her core survived. Yeah. That's a weird line.
Oh my god. Anyways, boom, power goes out.
Yeah, so there's a generator they got to turn on. That actually ended up being not as big of a waste of time as I thought. And it did lead into something that I thought for once wasn't a complete ass pull. Okay, so we find out May just left because... She was like, okay, all right, fair enough, you got to deal with Penny. I'm going to go back to Mantle.
Her line where she says, when the power goes out, she says, I just saw another bombing run light up the kingdom. What the fuck?
Yeah, the Grim are engaging in bombing runs, or are Atlas just really bad at this?
I know, I'm like, what? But like, she just says it like, oh, obviously we all know about the bombing runs. There's bees fighting planes. I don't know what you're talking about. They're bomb bees.
The fact that, like, apparently the Grim have artillery is confusing. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Weird.
so I don't know if that's supposed to be Ironwood destroying his own kingdom because he's insane, or if that's supposed to be the Grim. It's a really weird throwaway line. But RWBY's like, don't worry, we'll do something. And May's like, don't beat yourself up, kid. I don't think you could do shit.
I did kind of like that as a line. Because, again, it's this acknowledgement, the sensible acknowledgement that really ought to be, you're one person. You really can't do much in this situation.
Yeah, I'm glad she's come around to that revelation between episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely another one of those different writer handling the next episode type things.
Yeah. And then where's it where, like, she says that Mantle's running out of time, and it's like, so what are you going to do down there? I don't understand what you even think you're going down there to do.
Just kill a few Grim, protect a few people. I don't know. Like, in terms of the stakes of what one person can do, that's as much as one person can do.
Yeah.
And she'd rather be there than here. Yeah.
That's fair.
The attitude she brings to it is that she seems defeated. Like, we're probably going to lose this. And it's like, that's That's not an unreasonable stance to take.
I'm really wondering, is this season just going to be nonstop edge fest and then they lose? I mean, that would be kind of funny, but it's so building up to RWBY doing something to fix everything. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, it's just RWBY saying we're going to do something, and then as we saw in the clip, there was the preview clip with her saying there's so much going wrong. What are we supposed to do? And Klein gets is it Sneezy or which personality is it? One thing at a time.
Who knows? Because he always sneezes to change personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that only when he's becoming Sneezy? I don't know. Oh, but RWBY also says, it's all just too much. The Grimm, the Crater, Nora, Penny. How do we fix all of it? And I just like the idea of like, how do we fix Nora? Nora's broken. How do we fix her? Klein.
I do like as well the concept that the Grimm and the Crater are on an equal level of importance with Nora and Penny.
Yeah, we just have to fix it all. What a fucking stupid child.
So anyway, once again, someone else comes up with a plan. When the power goes out, Willow turns up, says, even I'm above drinking in the dark, which
that's a lie.
I doubt that. She points out there's a generator on the property. Weiss explains there's a generator because all of the SCD executives get generators, which is unfair, according to her, but that's just one of the company perks.
Yeah, apparently it's very special to have a generator in this world.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Then Whitley points out that they might have a solution for the mantle thing of getting everyone out of the crater, which is that the SCD facilities have a ton of cargo ships that have just been sitting idle because of the dust embargo. And they're autonomously piloted, so all he has to do is route them down to Mantle, get everyone on board, and then just move them somewhere else. I don't know where they're going.
Yeah, he's going to get them to safety.
Yeah, which is somewhere else. I'll be honest, this I didn't mind as much because it wasn't a total arsepull. Like, it didn't come up before because the character who knew this wasn't in the room, and it is at least based on something that has been established previously, which is the dust embargo.
It's a good thing that Whitley stole the company from Weiss and then she forgot about it.
I mean, there's that. But all I mean is, like, in terms of RWBY tends to pull ass quite a bit when it comes to like finding sudden solutions to things. This is a rare moment where, like, okay, they actually thought of something semi-plausible for the solution.
But then that makes Weiss so stupid for it not occurring to her at any point, even though she was thinking about all the things that are available to her company.
I suppose. It probably should have occurred to Weiss.
And also, Whitley suddenly has this big turnaround where he's helping save Nora, he's helping save them. But there was no reason for it. It's just like now Whitley has decided to be a good guy and now he's solving everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Again,
it's something that our main characters didn't earn or anything. It's just, here's a guy that's smarter than you and he's going to solve your problems.
Yeah. Here's someone else other than RWBY in particular coming up with a solution. 2 episodes ago, he was complaining about the company's reputation and shit.
Yeah.
I know. It's a fast turnaround. Yeah, and it should have been the main characters who could have thought of this, but at least it's not a complete arsehole.
And he also says, while the Grimm are occupied with the General's forces, but in Mantle, he abandoned Mantle. That's been established. His forces aren't in Mantle, and the Grimm are just running rampant down there. They're not occupied with his forces. That's also not a thing.
This is the thing. We haven't established what's happening in Mantle right now.
From everything they've said, they're just getting fucked up by Grimm with nobody protecting them except for, maybe the Happy Huntresses. Oh, and I guess maybe the Mantle police
the cops?
Force.
Yeah.
Salute single tier. So yeah, no part of this actually makes sense.
I feel like it makes sense. It's bad in terms of it's someone else walking in with a solution. This is better than the Willow handing Weiss the video thing. IMO.
I'll agree with that. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's better than that. Logistically it makes sense. Meta-wise, it's bad. Like you say, it's bad that Weiss didn't think of this. It's bad that it's just someone coming along with a solution. But it's better than some of the other ones.
Anyways, he's just got to get to his dad's computer, and they got to turn the power back on so he can access the computer, put in the authorizations, to send all the ships to save the people.
See, and again, this is like short-term goal. Okay, good. So this is going to set up all of the action that's coming. That kind of, I don't know. That's good. Like, this is like, RWBY is so bad that, like, when they just get a bit of basic shit like this right, I'm kind of impressed.
A single fetch quest. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in terms of, like, big plot things to be happening right now, we have to go fix the generator because the power went out. It feels very, like, that's what we're doing.
It does, but, like, in terms of doing this will set off a larger part of solving the plot. that's not so bad, especially in like a long TV show. It's certainly better than just having Ruby stand around for like 4 episodes going, "Oh, I want to save everyone," and not doing anything.
That's what I'm like. Is it just that Ruby is literally doing anything with a clear like objective in mind? Is that what's so impressive?
The show is, Ruby is not. And this is one of the next dumb parts, is Blake and Ruby go off to start the generator. We get some serious Ladybug action.
This is like the most they've ever spoken to each other. Congratulations, Ladybug fans. This for you.
Yeah. This is a big day for you guys.
This fucking scene.
Yeah, this is terrible. Ruby's feeling bad in general, continuing to feel bad. And Blake tells her, the first line, I had to pause because I was laughing. "I know you don't always know what to do, but that hasn't stopped you from doing something."
Yeah. I lost it too. She's not wrong. Fair point.
Blake goes on to explain that like she used to be sort of optimistic and, gung-ho like Ruby was, but like...
This kills me because she says, "I was like that as a girl," which is not a thing a human person would say.
Yeah. But yeah, she says life kind of beat that optimism out of her. But she, even though Ruby's younger than her, she really looks up to her. Because she's got that sort of positive attitude. Now, the worst thing is, I can see what they're going for here. The idea that Ruby has this boundless optimism that will help get you through. The idea that like it would stop you from sort of being self-defeating to just continually, keep moving forward. But the fact that you started it with, "You don't know what you're doing and you just do shit."
And also, it was a response to they go to turn the generator on, and it's like having trouble, or it looks like it's working. It's just starting up, and she's like, "Don't worry, Ruby will work." And Ruby was like, "Nothing else has." What have you been even trying to do that hasn't worked?
Exactly. Like that's you can't say nothing else has when you haven't done anything.
God damn. Oh, also during this scene, Blake has has the sad puppy ears, and I'm like, "No, I thought you learned your lesson about how cat ears moved." I guess that was just that one animator who knew what was up, and now she's back to. They were just like slightly folded over half the time, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up, Blake's ears."
I just can't. It just sucks. Like it sucks the idea that. You know what they're trying. You know what they're trying to do, like with Ruby as a character, is that she is the optimistic one. She's the one who never stops trying, even though the last few seasons have been about her not trying anything and not doing
that's
anything.
the thing. She hasn't felt optimistic the last few seasons. She's just felt like bullheaded.
Yeah.
Like she's going to keep doing things, and who knows why, and whatever. Fuck you.
That's the thing. She's not been doing anything. Like
that's also true.
In season 7, like she made like one choice. And that was it. And then just didn't do anything else. Like, this would have made more sense if she had made a bunch of big decisions in the last couple of seasons and they'd all gone badly. That could have justified Yang's anger towards her and, like, this self-doubt she's in the middle of in this season. But, like, the fact that they didn't make any fucking choices in season 6 and 7.
Well, they did kind of, like, they made the choice of not doing anything, but they don't, obviously they don't interpret it that way. They interpret it as we did... and then it didn't work out well. Don't worry about what goes in that blank. It doesn't matter.
Ugh, anyway, so the generator starts up. I did like that whoever designed Schnee Manor was one of those people who went to one of those like those home stores where they sell fake candles. Because all the lights are just fake candles.
Wait, did they come on with the electricity? I forgot to check.
Yeah. Yeah,
oh
they did.
God. Because I remember them going out with the creepy Hound aura.
No, they're all like fake light up candles.
So does he have an EMP field?
Maybe. I mean, he might.
What a cool
I wouldn't
guy.
put that past a Grim.
And this ain't just any Grim.
It comes on. There's an explosion outside, so Blake sees in the window the Hound is here. Hound's here.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a Doge. The room is shaking in where all the unconscious girls and adults are. And Willow reaches for her bottle, like, oh no, the only thing that can comfort me is alcohol in this like immediate terrifying situation. I was like, oh man, Ruby and alcoholism is amazing.
That's true.
It's silly.
There's 3 separate moments when she reaches for a bottle and then drops it, and then reaches for another bottle and drops it again. And
it's so good. She's gonna overcome her alcoholism though. Don't worry. She's been watching Nora. She's gonna have a 1-episode character arc. They're fighting the dog, and Ruby's like, "What is this thing? And Blake's like, it's just a Grim, just focus. And I'm like, yeah, it just looks like a big Grim. It looks like a dog. RWBY takes focus as, okay, I'm gonna close my eyes for a while and really think about using my power. And then the Grim goes, take the girl. And he grabs RWBY and she's instantly low aura effect. She's fucked. He hits her on the ground one time. She's KO'd.
Yeah.
It sucks.
The aura thing, yeah. It's, yeah. At first he picks up RWBY to take her away. And I was like, wait, really?
Yeah, they remembered that she wants RWBY.
No, they didn't. It only picked up RWBY because RWBY was covered in Penny's blood.
And he tries to fly off and Blake ropes his leg. And I'm like, this is the exact same thing that happened with Ren's things.
What I did like is that Blake like one-ups Ren in that rather than just like dangling behind the dog, she pins the dog to the ground with the other end of the shroud.
Yeah, she's definitely smarter than Ren.
Yeah.
And Willow's like, oh God, what am I going to do? I need to pour my drink. Oh, my glass broke. Ah! And then Penny wake up and she have the red eyes and Willow runs off scared.
But then she has the green eyes.
Wait, but before that, very first important, she pushes Klein for the first time this episode. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, red-eyed Penny fucking loves shoving Klein to the ground. She does it like multiple times.
She's like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. And then it's like, oh, no, not again. And then she green eye. And so she's struggling with her inner hacking demons.
Yeah, now at this point, the Hound, which has picked up RWBY, sees the green glowing of the winter powers coming from that room. And so he just looks at RWBY and goes, oh, and just drops her.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Why did he think that? How would he know the smell of her green blood? He wasn't tracking a scent.
Once he's in the house, he does a lot of sniffing around.
Yeah, but why would he have, like, Salem, like she had him sniff the lamp to go find Oscar, but she didn't have any fucking Penny blood handy.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do! That's beyond reasonable doubt.
No, I know that, okay, yeah, that is a plot hole, but the idea that the Hound only tracks by scent, that's established, I'm okay with it. Yes, okay, she doesn't have any way to like, smell Penny, but...
And it's also funny that, like, he sniffed RWBY and he's supposed to be so smart, but he, like, tried to leave with her and he was, like, really trying there. And then you don't see him sniff RWBY before he changes his mind, which is why I wasn't sure that that's what was happening or not. He's just, like, he sees the light and then he just drops RWBY and her aura breaks and she's KO'd again and it sucks.
Yeah, RWBY goes down real easy this ep.
She goes down in 2 hits and she gets KO'd twice.
Obviously, how strong they are and whether or not they need to be KO'd is always very convenient based on what they want to do in the scene. I could sort of buy that when she got knocked down the first time, like she had her eyes shut, she wasn't prepared to be hit at all. So maybe that like made the impact worse. I don't know. I mean, I'm headcanoning at this point, but yeah.
But anyway, so since the Grim is occupied, what will Blake fight now to have a very dramatic scene? Blah, it's me, I'm a random gunky monster, blah, blah.
Yeah, another centipede shows up.
I'm popping out.
But this one has, like, acid?
Yeah, I'm not sure it does count as a wormy boy, because he has a lot else going on. He's got gastric acid or whatever. But we skipped over, like, Weiss comes out to try to help them. And, of course, this episode has a lot of her trying to summon instead of doing a useful thing. And so she's, like, summoning. There's cool bird wings coming up. It's like, rad. And then wormy boys come out and interrupt it, because she always gets interrupted while summoning. It's like, why just fucking stop trying to summon? God damn it. I hate you.
To be fair, everything Weiss tries this episode up until the end doesn't really work. Like she tries firing a lot of ice with glyphs, and that doesn't really work.
That's true.
Yeah, she's having a rough time this episode. But it is funny that she runs out to help. She runs out to help them, and then when the Hound goes back to the house, she's like, "Fuck," and just goes back to the house.
She's getting around. Yeah, why did they even have her come out there?
I guess like with the way everything was timing out, it kind of made sense.
Yeah, just in terms of scene efficiency, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Also, when she goes to run back to the house, the animator didn't make her run very fast. It's like a light jog.
Oh, yeah. Weiss has some undersold reactions to things this episode.
I will say, the fight between Blake and this other monster, I didn't mind, because, like, it was nice to see a new Grim, and it was a bit viscerally gross. Most Grim are just sort of like, oh, okay, it's a big bug thing with some white bits, but this one was like, it had the big sort of bulging, pulsing gastric acid sac, and it was firing stuff off, and I didn't mind Blake's line of, why do they keep getting grosser?
Yeah, I thought it was functional. Like it wasn't like, oh wow, this part was rad or anything. It's just like, that works okay. We get the idea.
It also did feel like this was one of those times where there's occasions when like it's clear that someone's weapon is not suited to fighting a certain Grim. This is sort of unfair for Blake because in general, the Gambold Shroud just sucks. It's just a lame weapon. It's good for swinging around on, but like in terms of actually like hitting something.
Yeah, it only ever made sense in the sense that like Monty knew exactly what kind of animations he wanted to do with it, and it was very specialized for that. But outside of that, it's just like this weird ribbon chunky thing.
Yeah, or when she's just using it like a sword, it's just this pissy little black sword that bounces off stuff.
Yeah, I think her hilt sword looks way cooler than her actual sword.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's getting her ass kicked by this thing. Meanwhile, the Hound breaks into the house.
You can talk about Penny now and Nora and the fucking worst scene in this episode for me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the dumbest part of the episode. So
I fucking love it. It's so fucking bad.
The basic idea is Penny is struggling to overcome the righteous hack that has been done to her.
I don't want to do it.
And then Nora takes her hand. And what does Nora say?
Hey, no one's going to make you do anything you don't want to do. But there is a part of me. It's making me. It's just a part of you. Don't forget about the rest. And then Penny calmed down and she overcomes her hacking.
You can overcome hacking with an anime speech.
It's so good because, yeah, she's calling back to the conversation about how Ren, her boyfriend guy, is only a part of her, and she's trying to apply it to Penny being hacked.
Why is everyone confused about the fact that Penny is a robot in this episode?
Like, she barely knows Penny from what we've actually seen. Like, she has no idea what's happening with Penny, what's going on in general, and
Does she know Penny's a robot? Maybe she doesn't.
I want to imagine like her saying that it was so random that it took Penny out of her hacking state. Like she was just like, "Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? Are you okay? Do you need like more drugs or less drugs?"
Do you understand that I'm not like look? If I'm passing, that's awesome. But like I'm actually a robot. I can be hacked.
It's so silly.
Yeah. The only saving grace is that remarkably it doesn't work. Later on, Penny is fully hacked.
Yeah, like the scene ends on it seeming like it's working, and it's like, that's fucking dumb, but it only works temporarily. And it's like, oh, I'm glad that was Nora's big dramatic, coming to moments. Go back to being asleep, Nora. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, it was a fucking ass pull. And to be honest, like, I'm not sure why they did it other than trying to work a bit more Nora in, because all that really matters is that Penny is sort of incapacitated for the moment while the Hound is looking for her for the rest of this episode.
I think she's going to remember that line again later during like some scene where she's fighting RWBY, and it'll like echo like, and maybe it'll even show you the scene again to make sure you remember it, and where she's like, it's only a part of you are, and then she's like, yes, the other part of me is my friends or something, and then she's unhacked forever.
I hope not. Anyway, Willow's running around. She runs to her third bottle of vodka, and she's going to have a drink, and she's carrying on about she can't do it. And then Weiss makes it back into the mansion, and she's looking around, and then she hears a voice say, "Above you!" And she ducks out of the way just in time to sort of dodge the Hound, and the Hound sort of pisses off. I do like how the Hound will just sort of bat a hunter away, and then the hunter will get in a combat stance, and the Hound will go, and just wander off.
I love him.
Do something.
I mean, he's a good doggy. And yeah, then you see Willow. She's the one who saved her, and she broke her other bottle. She's not going to have a drink, actually. Alcoholism over.
Yeah. Anyway, she's like looking at the security cameras on her scroll, and she's guiding Weiss around, telling her where the Hound is. And we can see the Hound sort of sniffing around.
Yeah, Weiss is like, what is it doing? And Willow's like, I'm not sure. It's acting strange. And it's like, it's a dog sniffing around. What do you expect it to be doing? That's the least strange thing it's done.
Yeah, like everyone in this universe is so thrown by the Hound's behavior, and it's like it's not acting that unlike a Grim, is it? Because like all the other Grim tend to act like animals.
When he speaks, that's fair, but otherwise.
Yeah, but when he's like just sniffing about, like he's doing a very dog thing.
My God, the mastermind.
Did they not have dogs? No, they've got Zwei. Yeah, maybe all dogs look like Zwei.
Well, so they don't have dogs. Zwei burns.
Yeah.
So yeah, Willow's like, it's moving again. It's heading towards, oh dear, no. And it's Whitley.
It's Whitley. Whitley's been hacking No, he hasn't been hacking. He's been accessing the mainframe. and he's setting up the thing for the ships to go down and get everyone. He's waiting for this authorization to clear, and then he realizes the Hound's coming in. And at first he was giving the Hound attitude because he thought it was like Willow coming to bother him.
It was, he hears Willow over the PA, yeah, because he wasn't like, oh, hey, Hound, oh, you're not my mom.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, then he decides to do a Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and he's hiding under the desk because the Hound is sniffing about. I assume, again, it's because the Hound can smell Penny's blood on him, which was established earlier.
Sure.
Yeah, they're doing the work. They're doing the work.
Sure.
They remembered to do things.
Tisk, tisk.
The standards are so low.
And he's having trouble being a real spooky doggy boy, so he's like, I know you're here. Look at you. And Whitley peeks out from behind the desk in a way that's like very obviously the Grimm could see him if anything made any sense.
Yeah, yeah. But then just before the Hound gets to him, it's rammed by a summoned boar, which pins him to the wall. And Whitley is able to press the button to finish off the authorization, and him and Willow are running from the Hound. So Willow can summon, I guess.
Yeah, I liked her summoning. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, that was nice. And it's all established in the DC comics, I guess.
Oh, yeah, she remembered her abusive summoning. But yeah, I will say, like, this is the one kind of, like, character interaction that I thought, like, worked well and I was kind of feeling this episode is fucking Willow and Whitley, my favorite really important character.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they've had such growth this episode.
But yeah, him sort of being the son with attitude towards the mum to then, like, being saved by the mum and then running off together is kind of, yeah, that was kind of nice.
Yeah. But speaking of Weiss, here she is to save Willow and Whitley with an ice wall, and she's like, I didn't forget you. So she's come across with her character arc of not abandoning her family just because they're abusive to her and stole her inheritance.
She's better than May.
Oh, no. Besides.
I don't think they meant to make that comparison, but unfortunately that is the comparison.
Yeah, since that's like explicitly what May brought up with her reasoning that they had to call her out for it. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Awesome. Good ass shit. Good fucking shit. And you know what is trapped behind the ice? There's only one thing to do in this situation. Time to slowly start summoning a summon. Here I go.
Summons should be cool. It's very sad they're not.
It kills me that when she was summoning the big bird, it did look cool. But then, of course, you have to remember it sucks.
Anyway, so Blake is really struggling with the fucking gross centipede, and she keeps talking to RWBY saying, can you hear me? Wake up. I really need your help. Wake up, wake up.
But it's like in a super dramatic, uplifting anime way, like, I need you, RWBY. We all need you. Please get up, RWBY.
And then she gets low aura, and the centipede picks her up and is holding her by the throat. And she's going, RWBY! Yeah,
it's funny that happens twice this episode, that a big monster Grimm picks up a girl and holds her with a sharp thing to her throat and is like, I'ma do it. and then RWBY kills the Grimm, and she's like, I could hear you. I heard you through the power of love, through my being knocked out. Swoo.
Sometimes people can hear things while they're unconscious. That's not the most absurd thing in the world.
I know. It's just like, it's such a weird moment to have this like big, like, wow, she responded to our call of our like spirit bomb speech to do a single slash, and then the Grimm's dead, and it was just a random ass Grimm and time to go fight the actual boss.
Yeah. You know what sucks about this scene? What I would have liked?
So,
if the idea was that Blake was struggling with her own weapon, Crescent Rose was just sitting there. I really would like to occasionally see the girls have to fight with someone else's weapon.
That'd be bitchin'.
That could be fun. Okay, so this weapon isn't working, so you see Blake having to, like, figure out how to use Crescent Rose in a hurry.
Yeah, like the awkwardness of, like, you know, obviously it's a powerful weapon, but she's kind of, like, stumbling around with it. Like, I don't know how to... It's such a big, heavy weapon. I'm not used to that.
Yeah. That could be fun.
That'd be rad.
One of the other girls picking up Weiss's thing and trying to use the dust.
I was going to say, what would they do with Weiss's weapon? Because everything she does with it is her semblance. So if, like, you took the rapier and pointed it, would it just not do anything? Would it just explode?
So hang on, is her semblance the ability to use dust like that? Because I thought anyone could use dust if they knew a bit of, like, how to use it, right?
Not in current canon. It depends. Like, the only reason she can use dust to cast, like, basic RPG spells is because she has the semblance of glyphs.
Oh, okay. Well, the other option is you just pull one of the cartridges out and throw it at someone.
Hell yeah.
Like you take the fire one out and just big fireball.
That would be really funny. Like they try to cast spells with it and they're like, wait, I can't do that. And then they just like throw the sword at them or something.
Even just taking the rapier and stabbing something with it could be fun. I don't know.
Stabbing something with her rapier, that sounds weird. I don't know why you would do that. Stop imagining this better fun show. She just has to talk to RWBY until RWBY overcomes KO and saves her, and it's beautiful in friendship.
Yeah.
And now Penny gets to go red eye again and push Klein again. Push him, Penny, do it.
And she announces what she's been hacked to do, which is to open the vault and then self-terminate.
Oh no.
Here's the weird thing though, like I don't know if this is like a lack of coordination between Salem and Watts or if Watts left part of what he'd done out or something, but Penny's off to do that, and then the Hound comes in and knocks her out, and is going to take her back to Salem.
I love that. I love that they like didn't coordinate on their shit. Yeah, so she like fights him a bit, and I thought that was fun.
It's kind of funny because it's like the Hound's going to bring her back, and she's going to go, "I must open the vault and self-terminate," and Salem's like, "Oh,
We should really communicate more about our plans."
Because like Watts definitely got in contact with him. You would think he would have told them what he'd done, but it isn't a matter of timing because as long as the vault is open, and if she was to self-terminate afterwards, no one can close it, right?
No, it's because she thought that she had to take the dog to get her because she was, like, we can't figure out what happened to her. And I guess what happened is that she's been struggling against the hacking the entire time.
Okay. I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, so they like didn't expect her to be in a state to fight back, I guess, theoretically.
Yeah, so it's, just sort of she was up and about faster than they expected. And because, like, it's not a matter of timing, because, like, if she was to open the vault and then kill herself, there's no way to close the vault, right? If she opened the vault and self-terminated and then someone just ran in and went, beep, bop, closed it, then, like...
That's right, you would want someone to be there.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. Obviously, maidens can open the vaults, but I don't know if, like, only maidens can shut them, too?
And it's also like, why wouldn't you just order her to get the thing and give it to you?
Yeah, well,
Instead of opening the door and immediately blowing up and...
If she self-terminates, where do those maiden powers go?
Some other person, probably RWBY.
It's time for the 7th method of transferring powers.
No, that would be one of the... It's whoever you're thinking about when you die. That's one of the stated only methods to do it.
Yeah, but that's also like the only one that we haven't seen.
Oh, that's true.
That's the one that's never happened.
Well, I think it kind of happened with Willow and they just showed it stupidly. Or not Willow, fucking Freya.
Yeah.
Because, like, I guess you could make the excuse that the fact that they were touching is it's just a visually misleading animation. What the fuck ever.
Anyway, so yeah, the Hound knocks Penny out. RWBY and Blake and Weiss are all standing there.
Oh yeah, wait. This is something that I didn't think about for a long time, and it's weird to me. So Penny doesn't have aura. Like, she has aura, but functionally she doesn't have aura, and I don't understand why, and why they like never talked about that being a thing, because like it didn't occur to me until recently that's like, yeah, every time she gets hit she actually gets physically damaged and shit, but her whole deal is that she's a robot with aura.
Yeah, she has aura in the sense that she has like the soul part of aura, but she doesn't have the halo shield part of aura.
What the fuck?
So yeah, it's odd.
Yeah, it's freaking weird. So yeah, like he, smashes her and knocks her out, but she's just KO'd, but not like there's no aura break or anything. She's just taking a little nappy.
Yeah.
And then he picks her up and threatens to kill her, which he's not gonna do because he needs to get the girl.
Yeah, he keeps saying that. Get the girl.
I guess he's bluffing.
Yeah, then RWBY says,
"That's enough."
And Silver Eyes. And the Hound is blown out the window.
She instantly does it. She just instantly does.
All right. I'll defend this, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is semi-consistent with the last few times we've seen Silver Eyes. When she has to concentrate and think about it and no one's in immediate danger, she struggles. If like there's someone who brings up a strong emotion, like Penny is in immediate danger, or Cinder, the person who killed her best friend Pyrrha, she's able to instantly do it. I can buy that.
That's only canon as of the previous season.
Yeah, I know. But at least it's been consistent for 2 seasons.
God damn it. It's entirely consistent with one other season. I hate you. I hate the show. What if fucking Maria just gave like completely useless advice and it's a complete coincidence that RWBY managed to use it that at the end of volume 6 after calming down and they actually just got like really fucking lucky.
Yeah. Maria's advice was complete bullshit. I could buy the idea that, like, with enough time to concentrate, she could pull it off. But, like, it's a lot easier to do when there's a big surge of emotion. Just kind of what they talked about, kind of.
Sure.
And the whole thing at the end of season 6 was that she managed to buy herself some time to focus and blah, blah, blah.
Focus?
Whereas every other time she's tried to focus, it's too much going on and she hasn't had enough time. Anyway.
Yeah, we got to get to the real important thing. God fucking damn it. This fucking show is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, the Hound is blown out of the window, but Penny's okay. So they pick Penny up. She's just KO'd again.
My notes say the dog comes back in. Ha 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 ha.
We have a weirdly long shot of the broken window and it's like, yeah, okay, the dog's coming back. When's the dog come back? Come on.
Here he comes.
And then the dog comes back and its voice is clearer this time. It's just saying, get the girl. And it comes out, its head's been damaged because underneath its normal head, it's a man's face. And at first I thought it was Adam. It's not
Everybody
Adam.
thought it was Adam. He looks way too fucking much like Adam. I assume they used Adam's, like base model and edited it to make this guy.
Yeah, but it's a different faunus. It's a faunus with bear ears, like cute bear ears.
No, I think he's supposed to have like wolf ears. Like I think that's why it's a wolf, is because he's a wolf faunus.
He's got like webbing over one side of his face, and the only eye that's visible is like crying black tears.
What else can you notice about that eye?
It's silver, which is interesting.
Summer Grim. I can't wait to get Summer Grim.
So yeah, we're probably gonna get a Summer Grim.
Summer Grim.
Anyway,
it's fucking stupid.
Which does make me wonder why did Salem order Tok to destroy Maria Silver Eyes?
So here's the thing. Yeah, for one, we don't know for certain yet that the idea is like, for some reason, only Silver Eye people can be made into Grim people. It would explain why she wanted Ruby, but it's like, why the fuck is that the case?
Yeah.
And I guess the idea then would be like she figured out that's a thing semi-recently. So between Maria getting attacked and Ruby, her trying to capture her, is when she figured out that she can make a Grim people.
Yeah, maybe.
If I was writing RWBY for them, that would be my excuse.
Yeah, and Summer getting to her would have happened after Maria got attacked, because Maria's older.
Yeah.
I suppose.
But again, we don't know for sure that it's the fact that Silver Eyes people are who can become Grim. It might be the idea that like a Silver-Eyed warrior tried to defeat her and she just used him for an experiment or whatever.
Yeah.
It would line two things up.
Maybe it's going to turn out the whale is Summer. I don't know.
I love that they made it a faunus. I love that Team RWBY fucking loves to kill those faunus.
So yeah, all the other three are all really horrified by it as it's sort of crawling towards them. But then Willow and Whitley push one of the big like suits of armor down onto it, and that kills it.
Yeah, they save the day. The main characters of the show.
They killed another faunus. SCP. They love to do it. Schnees love killing faunus. Now, one thing I was wondering about in terms of a parallel is that we see the Hound sort of Grim arm sticking up out from underneath the wreckage.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Cinder for that scene at the end.
Oh.
Which made me wonder if, is this is Cinder's eventual fate or some shit?
It could be that, though she doesn't have silver eyes, but again, we don't know if that's a requisite. But I thought it would be funny if it's like, that's actually Summer Grim's arm. Oh, the sorrow. Also, when the Grim is crawling towards them and then they kill him, Weiss goes, what was that? And then Ruby's like, it was a person. I was like, that Weiss is not getting good voice direction.
No, what was that?
What was that? Oh, a person. Oh, a filthy faunus.
just a bit too Valley Girl.
I do like that shot of the human skeletal hand after the Grim part dissipates. Like, that is kind of a cool, because normally the Grim part would disappear and there'd be nothing. But oh, there's a skeleton hand.
Mm.
Though I don't know why his face was all like fleshy, webby, but his hand was a skeleton hand. I don't know what's up with that.
By the very poor standards of RWBY, they pull off some stuff okay this episode. So I don't know.
I mean, it's like I can't even argue with you because I feel like we agree about everything making no sense. That's what's so frustrating about this. How could you do this to me?
Parts of it made no sense. Parts of it I felt were justified okay for a change. But yeah, but there's still tons of nonsense. There's still plenty of stuff that didn't make sense, like fucking Nora unhacking her.
Yeah, that part's the best. Oh my god.
Oh, terrible. Yeah, fucking terrible.
Yeah, and like of all things for always to handle hacked Penny, I feel like this is dumb. Like the idea that she's like constantly fighting it like a impulse or whatever, and it's like whatever.
It's lame. It's just for extra drama or something. The attempt to excuse Ruby's complete lack of action for 2 seasons. Or like just pig-headedness, it was also pretty pisswick. Even if you could see what they were going for.
And I thought it was really funny because, like, one thing is, during this whole episode, I kept having moments where I was like, yeah, kill him. Yeah, kill that character. Fucking kill him. And the only person who died in this dark, dark episode, Eddie warned us that everything was going to be really dark now, is random fondness that they've killed number 372. So, ooh, what a dark season.
The Hound, your favorite doggy.
Yeah, that's true. That is pretty sad. And this episode was called Dark.
Yeah, because it's so twisted. The idea of them doing experiments on humans. Yeah, that's not been done before.
Yeah. And I bet what this is going to lead into is, assuming that they want to do more Blake Ruby stuff that they've been setting up, I bet it's going to be like, oh, you killed someone, but you had no choice, just like Adam, and we're both sad. We wish that we didn't have to kill those those nice men that look exactly like each other. But you know, it's we got to come to terms with it.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, lastly, the OP. So I finally watched it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very daggy. This might be the end of the podcast. I actually don't think the song's that bad.
We say goodbye to all the things we love. I'm saying goodbye now. To all the things that I loved. Talking about RWBY with my good former friend Phoenix. Rest in peace, is happily never ever after again. Which song is not bad? Which one of the 5 songs?
I just, like, it's not going to make it onto my workout playlist, but, like, it has less of the stuff that normally annoys me about RWBY music. It's got less of the shitty fucking harmonies between Jeff and Casey that, like, usually annoy me. And, I don't know, it's just sort of, it's the same sort of thing, but it's got less of the annoying stuff for me.
It's not a song. It's not a song.
The actual visuals are really dumb. Like that part, yeah, I totally agree. They're terrible.
Oh yeah, like the timing on them and stuff.
Yeah. That's all bad. And like Cinder walking around. Actually, this reminds me, I want to mention my prediction. Emerald is not going to use the lamp. Emerald is going to tell Cinder how to use the lamp, and Cinder's going to use it.
Yeah, we talked about Cinder, like people were thinking like as soon as episode 1 that she might use the lamp because of the time freezy in the OP.
Yeah.
That's why you should be watching the goddamn opening.
That's how I think it's going to happen, is that Emerald is, possibly while dying, is going to tell her how to use the lamp.
I wonder if that'll be like how she finds out that she's going to become this like grim person and she's going to be so fucking surprised. What? This thing that's taking over my body is going to take over my body? I'm betrayal.
Salem's going to betray me? No.
She would never. I love you, third abusive mom.
It will be funny if she does, if like someone other than Salem uses the lamp and she's back to just not knowing where the other relic is.
That's true.
That's just back to being something we don't have to worry about for a while. Like,
yeah, God, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I 100% believe they still haven't figured out where that relic is or how it's hidden.
Yeah. And Hazel will end up on the good side somehow.
No, he beat this child so many times.
You know it's gonna happen. He's gonna end up being like Oscar's protector. Like,
I'll fucking kill you because you might be right and I can't accept that.
You know it's gonna happen.
Oh my god. It's too bad because normally that would be a pretty great dynamic, but it's too bad that he spent several episodes beating the fuck out of a small child.
Yeah.
While being dumb as fuck. I hate this show. I'm so glad it's back.
You just feel like he's gonna have some sort of turn because he's finally rational. Like they've made him rational, so now he has to be like...
Right. He's come to understand that women were the problem all along.
But like it's the same with Whitley. Like the characters go from being this sort of cartoon irrational people to semi-rational helpful person. Like that. So, yeah.
I don't like the show. I don't like the show. I hate the show. It's a bad show.
It's a terrible show. It's one of the worst shows on television.
Fucking Willow's single episode learned to not with her alcohol in the middle of a really serious emergency. It's just everything that they do with alcoholism, and they treat it and they make it look a lot like PTSD, like the way that she's like, very scared, and we know that she's abused by her husband, but then it's like, just fucking get over it, god damn it, and then she does.
Aren't you glad that adults are handling these adult problems that children wouldn't be able to handle? The way that like Weiss wasn't able to handle this problem.
I was thinking about that when Blake was like, back when I was a girl. And it's like, is Weiss still a girl? Is she a woman? Where's that line? It's a bad show.
Yeah, it's a real bad show. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Have a nice bad show, everyone. I'm so excited that it's bad.